Hi, I'm Camille Parker from Camille'sDish.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a mushroom crostini. There are two parts to this crostino, the bread and the topping. So for the bread, we just need a nice loaf of whatever kind of bread you like, a little bit of olive oil and salt. Then for the topping, we're going to use mascarpone cheese, as well as some mushrooms, garlic, fresh thyme, and truffle oil. So for the bread, all I'm going to do is take a couple of slices, quite thin, and I'm going to cut these in half because I want the crostini to be quite small. I'm going to toss them in a bowl and add a drizzle of olive oil, just like this. And I'm just going to toss it around a little bit and let them get a little bit of olive oil all over them, nice and even coating. Then I'm going to put them onto a sheet tray and they're going to go in the oven. So we want the crostini to be a little bit toasted but not super hard when they come out of the oven, because they will continue to get a little bit more crisp. And so if we start out with them crisp, by the end it's just going to crumble and be a big fat mess when we try to bite into them. So just a little bit, when they start to toast a little bit, then we're going to pull them out of the oven. So just toss those in there about 400 degrees and let them go. While we're waiting for those to toast, we're going to start our topping. So a little bit of olive oil in the pan. We're going to add some slivered garlic. I have about 2 cloves, and get everybody in there. We're going to let the garlic go until it just gets a little bit toasty and warm and starts to sort of sweat, and then we're going to add the mushrooms. And the mushrooms we want to get a little bit brown also, and then we want them to release all of their juices and sort of break down quite a bit so they're nice and soft. Okay, let's check our crostini and see how they're doing. So first we're going to put the mascarpone cheese. Now mascarpone is an Italian cream cheese, so it's like cream cheese in that it can be used in a savory or a sweet way, but it doesn't have the flavor that our cream cheese does. So this is the key ingredient in tiramisu cream. That would be an example of a way to use it in a sweet recipe. This is how to use it in a savory recipe. So we're just going to give it a little smear and give every single one a little smear. And then we're going to top our crostini here with our mushrooms. So now we're just going to get our mushrooms here that are nice and soft, and the garlic that's nice and cooked out. And we are just going to put a few on top of each crostino. And the mascarpone is going to help the mushrooms to stay where they belong, right on top of the bread instead of falling off all over. So it's a good way to sort of adhere the topping to the bread. And so here's our last little crostino with our mushrooms. Quite pretty. And last, but certainly not least, we're going to drizzle a little bit of white truffle oil on top of each one. So we're going to have the flavor from the thyme, the flavor from the garlic, and now this very fragrant white truffle oil, which if you've used it before, you'll know that you really don't need very much at all, just a little light drizzle like that. And it's enough to be a full component in your crostino. It's very fragrant, very full, very earthy. It goes very well with these mushrooms. This crostino is going to be wonderful. I hope you enjoy them. I'm Camille from Camille'sDish.com.